Migrants applying for asylum in San Diego often have to wait years in a legal limbo before a judge gives them a final hearing and issues their decision. This week, the government abruptly rescheduled many of those cases as it began to prioritize the cases of asylum seekers they've sent back to Mexico under the Remain in Mexico program. Here at Immigration Court in downtown San Diego, judges are hearing dozens of cases each day of people returned to Mexico and brought here solely to have their court hearings. For those individuals waiting for their asylum claims who aren't being detained, it's possible now that their case will be moved months and possibly years ahead from now. Andrew Nieter is an immigration lawyer who had his clients' cases rescheduled.
Many people will receive notices that within the next 2 or 3 weeks, what they thought was going to be an immigration court appearance was continued as much as a year into the future. I had 2 cases that were scheduled for September, and I received notices that those were continued to June of 2020.
When cases get delayed, asylum seekers can see their carefully constructed cases begin to fall apart, says Nieto.
For the most part, they need to explain through their testimony why they are entitled to asylum, why their claim is valid. And the more time that elapses, the harder it is for them to remember the details.
A spokesperson for the Executive Office for Immigration Review, which runs the nation's immigration courts, told KPBS that cases stemming from the Remain in Mexico program, which is also known as MPP, are, for prioritization purposes, treated as though they are detained. So some non-detained cases are being reset to facilitate hearing the MPP cases. Nieter says another reason the cases are being prioritized: because they have a far lower rate of success than asylum seekers currently in the U.S.
Think of this, there are hundreds, if not thousands of individuals who have now been through the Remain in Mexico MPP, and there has been one person granted asylum. And that was so noteworthy that it made the news, that one person out of thousands of individuals was granted asylum.
With court calendars being filled by asylum seekers being sent back to Mexico, Nieto is not confident that other cases won't just end up being delayed indefinitely, leaving his clients without clarity on their legal status. Max Rivlin-Nadler, KPBS News.